Hello! We're here. I was gonna change microphones and I didn't do it. Damn it. Damn it. I'll go do it. Alright, I did it. That looks loud now. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. How about there? That's a little quiet. Right there should be good. Yeah. Tell me if that's too loud. Meter says it's fine, but I don't always trust that. Before we get started, I have gone back and cleaned up all of the uploaded Minecraft that is on YouTube. Some of the old stuff was there, it's gone. So it's only the new stuff since we started streaming in this world. And I believe all 7 of the episodes are up and in order. So if you want to rewatch any of the old stuff, it's there. Let's hit a little Control 2. And a little Alt D. It's a shortcut I probably need to change. Anyway. Minecraft, no camera today, because I feel and look like crap. Pardon me. I will try and I will try and keep that to a minimum. It didn't start till I sat down and hit the stream button. Come on, old-timey candy. Do me right. All right, today, what are we gonna do? I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something today. There will be a project. It will be completed. Kind of, maybe. I feel like we should put something there. Like a mat. Oh, look who made it. Oh boy. Let's do yellow. Because yellow... Yellow is sign language for caution. Not ASL sign language. The other kind. The less unionized version. Excuse me. Getting dark already? We just started, man. Come on, son. Alright, the plan for today, because I do have one in some sense of the word. I need pumpkins. I want lots of pumpkins. I want so many pumpkins. You might think that you know, there's something wrong with me. So let's just start off our day by going right to bed. This is what I should have done today, but it is not. I was a dummy and went to work. And then I came home like 2 hours later. Pumpkins, yes. All the plumpkins. The pumberkins. This is what we're gonna do. I want these pumpkins separate from our pumpkins, just, you know, for the sake of consistency. That's not the word I wanted, but it was the word I went with. Okay. Yeah, there. I feel better than I did before, but I still don't feel great. The sleep helped a lot, but it wasn't quite the ticket. So if I had any more bone meal, I would finish fertilizing these pumpkins, but I don't. So idea here is this pumpkin's going to want to grow this way or that way. This one's want to grow this way or that way. This one's going to go this way or that way, etc., etc. They will never grow on top of anything that's already there. So this one's going to grow this way, this one will go that way. If this one, excuse me, if this one comes this way, this one will grow that way. So we'll have lots of pumpkins. It's just going to take a while. I want to get that, excuse me, I want to get that project done. Ugh. Just want to get it done, man. That's all. We need light over there. We need light over there. We need light up there. I'd like to put pumpkins in the floor of the basement for light. We could put pumpkins in the corner here for light. I'd have to deal with torches. So, you know. Got a lot of armor here. Anything? How's our armor situation? Pants aren't looking too good. We need to consider getting an enchanting table too. And I forget how to make one. Obsidian, diamond, excuse me, and a book. Well, just so happens I did look up how to make obsidian. Video frozen. I did have a couple of frames drop, but not very many, about as much as usual. Let me know if I need to start and stop. If it catches back up, or if it stays frozen. Say something and all. See if I can fix it. What am I doing? It's a lot of quiet. Excuse me. Okay. Let's say if you need to, just try refreshing. That should do it. It doesn't always, but sometimes. So, as I was saying, didn't need to come down here. Oh my god. Having a terrible time. We need an enchanting table, and that means we need obsidian. And I looked up before the stream started. And to make obsidian, you add moving water to still lava. That is how you get obsidian. You add moving lava to still water, you get cobblestone. Moving water, still lava, obsidian. And somewhere over here is a lava pool. And if I'm gonna go do that, I need my diamond pickaxe. Oh my god. When I'm old and in the home, it will be a lot like this. It will be slightly more cantankerous. And also probably be playing grab ass with the nurse. I feel like I need a notepad. My Minecraft character needs a notepad. Take the thing when you go to the thing. I think it's pretty close. I wouldn't trust anything I say right now, though, so. Have you pigs seen the lava? I should have done this at night, then it would have stood out more. Ugh. I know it was over here, though. It was this way from home, whichever way this way is. What, sunshine. Sunshine, where are you going? You're going that way, so that's west. So it's east, so we're going north. Yeah, I guess. Well, that is not lava. No expert. Pretty sure that's not lava. I would go down and touch it to check, but yeah, it's a long climb back up. Let's enjoy some cow physics. There, wasn't that fun? This is where a chunk was that has been altered somehow. If you just move, if you just move that way, just a little bit. There you go. Oh. Now, if you thought cow physics was interesting, the lava wasn't over here. I was wrong. I want to know what happened right here. Hi, horse. Because That's extra weird. You guys are doing it all wrong. Worst sunflowers ever. The whole idea is you follow it, you know? Wow, you're really eager to get the message out, Stream Elements. Good job. Alright, well, maybe now we can... So this was also a chunk at one point. That's not our hole, that's a different hole. There's the lava. Wasn't that far off. So let's put that right there. There we go. Need 3 of these. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Mark for me. I heard another one. Ah. That is one of the problems, because the lava's deep, so we're only cooling the top layer, so. I'm gonna try and get 10. Ten is more than enough to make our table, and there's a broken nether gate. That'd be south of the house that we could fix with the rest, I think. Yeah. See, that happened because the lava behind it was moving, and when the water hit that tile, it decided it wasn't moving. That block, anyway. That's why we ended up with cobblestone there instead of obsidian. I do not know if a geologist was consulted. See, that's dumb. Oh, speaking of water specialists, nobody watched the new uh Color Out of Space movie, did they? Nobody but me. And a man, and a man. Well, I'm gonna tell you, don't watch it. It's pretty bad. I knew it was gonna be bad. I was hoping it was gonna be at least like bad enough to be good. Yeah. So it's based on The Color Out of Space, which is a story by H.P. Lovecraft, in which a meteor lands on this farm. And it kind of, everybody goes and looks at it and like, ooh, the thing. And they're very impressed with the thing. But then all this weird stuff starts happening, as it is wont to do. That's the Nick Cage one. Yeah. And, well, our good buddy Nick Cage, he's just really getting into chewing all the scenery, pretty much. Oh, that'll work. That's awesome. We'll do that then. Enchanting Tables. Here's how it works. You put your thing that you want enchanted in it. I think you can put emerald there. Lapis, I guess. Lapis is the thing. And one lapis and one enchantment label will give us efficiency 1, maybe? Unbreaking 1. It can be weapons, it can be armor, whatever. It's nice to have. But the closer it is to bookshelves, the better it works. But I seem to recall there being like swirls around it. I don't want to break it. Anyway. So the story goes, in the story, not the Nick Cage version, but the actual story. They're gonna dam this river. And so this guy's got to go and do all these surveys and all this stuff. And everybody's like, yeah, no, it should be fine. Don't worry about it. Whatever you do, don't go talk to this old guy. He's crazy. So our hero, our narrator's like, well, hell yeah, I'm going to go talk to the old guy. You going to build him up like that and expect me to not go talk to him? So the old guy's telling him this story about the color, and it came down, and scientists took it, and it would just, like, vanish. And when they exposed it to all these different things, nothing really happened. And then they just, like, went away for the night and came back, and it was gone. But they didn't get all of it, apparently, because some of it was living in the well. And, it was like screwing up the farm. All the plants were getting weird, and the animals were getting weird, and then the people started getting weird. And, eventually just everybody dies. The end. And the old guy our hero goes to talk to is like, yeah, I don't know what made them want to stay. They could have left. We all told them to, but they just wouldn't do it. And the movie ends, or the story ends, with our narrator being like, yeah, don't know what made the old guy I talked to not want to leave. He could have left any time. Don't know why I didn't do it. And the idea being that there's still enough of the thing in the ground that it's keeping people there so it can feed off of them. And the narrator's like, I know I'm never going to drink the water that comes out of there. That's for damn sure. So in the movie, for whatever reason, there's now side plot with a horse, and Tommy Chong plays the old guy, but he's not just the old guy. He's like the groundskeeper, and he lives out in the woods and is like stealing Wi-Fi and all this stupid stuff. But our hero is still a water surveyor. So he's out to, do his surveying. And There's so much. There's so much. It's so bad. So the meteor falls in Nick Cage's front lawn. And so they're like, hey, water guy, what do you make of this meteor? And he's like, don't know. I'm a water guy. They're like, oh, that's fair enough. And then the mayor shows up, and her and Nick Cage have some words, and apparently they've been fighting for years, but nobody ever says if they've been fighting for years. They just act like they've been fighting for years. And a little later on, there's another, like, it's a truck full of dead animals. Hey, water guy, what do you make of this? He's like, I don't know. I'm a water guy. And then they go to Tommy Chong's house, and like, this is a cat that I named this, and I think she's sick. What do you think, water guy? So, I don't know. I'm a water guy. Nobody at any time in the movie asks the water guy about the water. You know, he just has to constantly state, I have no idea. I'm just a water guy. It's not very good. And occasionally, Nicolas Cage will start acting instead of just participating, and then it gets really bad. And I don't have to explain what that statement means, because as soon as I said it, if you've seen a Nicolas Cage movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He decided to act instead of just be in the scene. It's just like drinking bourbon, but it's like really cheap bourbon, and he's like, this is the, like, they've got this $80,000 wine cellar, and he's drinking like $15 bourbon. It's like, oh, this is the best thing ever. How could I live without my delicious cheap bourbon? And he starts going crazy, and he starts yelling at the radio. Something else happens. Oh, there's like a kid, and he's talking to the color. And the mom comes out and is like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm talking to my imaginary friend who lives in the well, Mom. And then they get struck by lightning, and they fuse together, which didn't happen in the book. And it's so incredibly bad. And when I heard that they were making the movie, I knew it was going to be bad. And I'll tell you why I knew it was going to be bad. The whole point of the color out of space was that it is an undefinable, undescribable color. Right? It's a color, but nobody knows what color. Nobody knows, is it blue? Is it orange? Is it yellow? Is it mauve? Is it taupe? Is it a forest green? It's never ever described in the book because it's undescribable. That was, you know, kind of one of his Lovecraft's things. And I think as a device in horror, I think that kind of works, because if you're being told that, like, this is the most terrifying thing from beyond the stars that anybody's ever seen, and just looking upon it will drive you mad, you know, I think your imagination will fill in the gaps. There's just more gaps, right? But anyway, so it goes through the whole story, and it's never even slightly described or defined, this color. So in the movie, which, unlike, you know, a podcast, is a visual medium where you have to show things, well, they had to show the color, you know, which is why this is a dumb idea for a movie. Because you have to show the thing that you can't physically, visually comprehend. Right? And so they show the color, and it's just pink. It's like a fuchsia, pinky purple kind of color, and that's it. But the thing that is really obnoxious about it is, like, the cops come to Nick Cage's house because, you know, weird things are happening and people are getting sick and whatever and whatever. And they're like, Nick Cage, you got any idea what's going on? He's like, I don't know, there was this weird color. And it was about that time everything started. This is before he decides that he's gonna live off of Costco bourbon and yell at the radio. That's an odd one. A block of raw copper. That's new. I don't know, man. It was just a color. Like, well, what color was it? It's like, I don't know, man. Meanwhile, everybody in the room who's not in the movie is like, it was pink. It was pink. It's like the computer generated equivalent of putting somebody in a monster suit. There was a movie, old crummy sci-fi movie. I'm trying to remember what it was called. The Robot Monster, maybe? That might have been it. And it's like this family, and they live in the desert after a nuclear war, and you know, they're just kind of scraping by on the edge of this intensely radioactive area. There's a robot. There's a robot monster who wants to kill him. Because it's the 50s and that's what they do. And our robot monster is just a dude in a gorilla suit with a space helmet on. Right? And so, like, everybody in the movie's like, oh, it's hideous, it's terrible, it's the most terrible thing you've ever seen in your life. And then everybody else who's watching it's just like, that's just a guy in a gorilla suit with a space helmet on, talking to another guy in a gorilla suit with a space helmet on a TV. That's all that this is. And that's what the Color Out of Space movie feels like. It's, you are smarter than everybody in the movie because you know the color pink exists. And it's not even like there are other things in the movie that are pink. It's not like they purposely left that color out of the movie just so the only weird looking thing, the only pink thing would be the pink thing from space. There are things that exist almost the same color as the thing that we don't know what color it is. But this goes back to the very beginning, the point of my long and boring story. Why would you make a movie about a thing that you visually cannot have in the movie? You know what I mean? Like the whole thing. You cannot you cannot perceive the color. You cannot understand it. Whatever. So how do you put something in a movie like that? Well, I mean, that's like, I get the idea, right? But that's kind of like when you watch people in movies using computers and it's not Windows, but it's really close to Windows. You know what I mean? It's like everybody knows what Windows is. Everybody knows what the color pink is. So, you know, there's a lot of things you can make a movie about that don't require you to pretend that the color purple doesn't exist. especially when you're going to put purple things in the movie. Like, The Shadow in the Attic would have been a good movie to make, because there's, you know, things in there that you can see. You can make The Rats in the Walls. That's a pretty good one. I mean, they kind of almost did make a Rats in the Walls movie. They just made it based on, Stephen King wrote a short story called 1922, which is very similar to the H.P. Lovecraft Rats in the Walls. So they kind of, by proxy, made a Rats in the Walls movie. There's like 3 different movies based on The Shadow out of Innsmouth, but I don't think anybody's made a Thing on the Doorstep movie, which would be good. There's a movie based on, The Case of Charles Dexter Ward. There's a movie very loosely based on From Beyond. You know, I'm just saying, there are other options. Look at that. We have an unbreaking and efficiency pickaxe. Fire aspect. Okay, I'll take that. Shovel. Efficiency and just efficiency. That's fine. There's a movie called Dagon that is not based on the Lovecraft story Dagon. It's based on The Shadow out of Innsmouth. But the Dagon movie's the one that's based on Innsmouth is pretty good. Just has very little to do with Dagon. The Lurking Fear would be an alright movie. What's another one that would be okay? Figure out what to do with this. And we need more torches. I don't think anybody's made a decent Call of Cthulhu movie. I mean, that's his most well-known story anyway. There's an Enderman around and I don't like it. Where are you at, buddy? We're gonna have words. There he is. Like somebody tried to make a movie based on get the story. Whisper in Darkness. Except it was like some weird... Oh, yeah. You can just barely see him. Letters. We'll talk about the letters here in a second. So Whisper in Darkness was about a guy who's like penning goofy articles in the newspaper arguing that these weird things that are washing up in a river in New England aren't maybe alien corpses. And this old guy sends him a letter. It's like, nope, they're totally aliens and I got proof. Then they go on this whole thing and the aliens find out that this guy knows, and so they're trying to stop him, and you know. And our narrator in that turns from like a pretty smart dude to just like a total idiot in the course of about 2 paragraphs, because it's like they're sending letters back and forth because one's in San Diego or something and one's in Vermont. And our hero, the narrator, gets this letter from the old guy. He's like, "Oh, it's too late. They're on to me. This is it. We're done for. I need you to take all the stuff I sent you and burn it so they don't come after you next. It's terrible. I'm not going to be alive in the morning." And then the next day he gets a letter like, "Hey, no, turns out aliens, super cool, man. They came over, we talked, they want to meet you. You should come out." And so the guy comes out because he's an idiot. And then kind of has this great escape under cover of darkness. And that's how the movie ends. But somebody made a movie about that, but it was really like cheesy, low budget. We had $65 and a friend with a computer, so we made this movie. Not very good. I'm often disappointed in movies, and that one was a disappointment. There was one that was like a collection of short stories called Necronomicon that was pretty good. I just want better. The old man needs the machine to travel. I don't know what you're talking about there. Hi, bunny. Excuse me. Lost City would make a good movie. That one legit is kind of one of those. Oh, yeah. So the aliens, we'll go back to Whisper in Darkness for a minute. So the aliens are like, you can come live with us on Pluto, because that's where the aliens are from. Because he wrote this like just weeks after we discovered Pluto existed. And so the aliens are like, we'll take you back with us to Pluto. But since, you know, it's space and you're not an alien, we can't just take you. So what we're going to do is we'll like inject your consciousness into this metal cylinder. And then we take the cylinder and then you get there. Basically, you get to live forever. You know, it's not such a bad deal, right? And so that's kind of what they do. And they set up this like fake old guy to talk the dude from California into like agreeing to it. It's not his finest work. But he gets into a lot of like, you know, I went out into the woods and I recorded some of the weird sounds I was hearing, and I took pictures of this, and here's rubbings from this weird stone I found. Very archaeological with it, but then the one guy just turns out to be an idiot. And the aliens are like these weird flying space crabs. They scuttle and have pincers and things like that. Broke a cardinal Minecraft sin and dug down. It's fine. thinking about it, there's a lot of other stories that would make better movies than Color Out of Space. The Lost City is our hero, our intrepid navigator, is kind of combing through the desert for this lost city. It's ruins of this lost city that it's supposed to be, you know, cursed or haunted or something. He's a archaeologist. He's gonna go check it out. He gets there, and I don't want to say he's a dummy, but he's kind of a dummy. And I'll give this guy the benefit of the doubt for being a dummy because, you know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense what he's seeing, but when it finally dawns on him, it's a little late. So he goes and finds the ruins of this old city in the desert. And he's investigating, and he's like, everything's really small. Everything's really tiny. And he just thinks, you know, the buildings have shifted, the doors have collapsed, whatever. But he goes into this, what looks like a church from the inside, and he finds a stairway, and the steps are tiny, and he goes all the way down to the bottom of it, and it's real creepy, and he sees these murals on the wall that have it's kind of like hybrid animal creature things. He said, like, one will have like a cat-like features, and this one has like a alligator's jaw, and they're wearing robes and all this other stuff, and they're in very esteemed positions in all these murals you keep seeing at the bottom of this stairway. In this cave that he's crawling through, which is, you know, crawl space size. And as he crawls farther and farther in this cave, the picture keeps changing. First it's like big bustling city, there's a bunch of these weird little cat thing, lizard thing, dog things, whatever around, and he's just like, whatever these things were, they were revered by the people who live here, because they're in all the portraits, and they're so prominently displayed, blah, blah, blah. And he goes on a little further, and there's less of the things, and there's less of the city, and there's less water in the pictures. He goes on a little further, and then there's these weird lizard, cat, alligator things. There's people in the pictures finally, but the alligator lizard things are like killing the people. Things just keep getting worse and getting worse. He gets to the bottom, and there's this big, huge door that just opens, and all these ghosts of the alligator, lizard, cat things come out. And it's at that point he's like, oh, the alligator, lizard, cat things were the things that lived in the city. And they don't like people, and then like all the water dried up and they died. Not exactly a genius, but not exactly a dummy. It just took him a while to figure it out. But the way he describes the little alligator, lizard, cat thingies is it's pretty good. Like if you're picturing it along with him, it can be a little creepy. Ooh. Where's my pumpkins? I need more pumpkins. This is not helping me get pumpkins. Like, you're barely working. Anyway, that's what I know about that. They did make a movie about the Dunwich Horror, which again, not a great movie, not a great story to base a movie on, because the big scary thing for the most part is invisible until the very end of the movie. And what it ends up looking like in the movie is just like a floating Halloween mask with snakes for hair, which is not what it looks like in the story. But that Dean Stockwell guy was in it, and he was pretty good at being in movies. And Quantum Leap. That came out in the 60s, I think. It was kind of strange. It was a weird movie. Thorns and Protection 3. Projectile Protection and Unbreaking 3. Any Magic Boots Protection 3. We're going to go on a trip, so I want to get like gussied up here. Aqua Affinity. Dean Stockwell. It was his name. We'll take one of those and fancy it up. He played, what's his name? Al? The guy who could come back and talk to him. I haven't seen that show in a million billion years, so could be getting it wrong. Take that off. This protection one, huh? Well, we'll take it. Excuse me. Oh. I don't think we'll need... I'll take some of this, though. Yeah, that's the guy. He was in the David Lynch Dune. He was in Quantum Leap. He was in just a ton of stuff. Ton of stuff. A lot of David Lynch stuff. David Lynch liked to use, you know, the same actors often, and he got used a lot. What's he doing? Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Obsidian, and we need this. He died last year. It was very sad. Awful lot of celebrities dying lately, and none of them, you know, it's like all the good ones. And Bob Saget. I don't know if Bob Saget changed later in life, but it's like everybody's like, oh my God, Bob Saget. It was so sad when he died. And these are people who, you know, like 3 months ago, yeah, he was just a total dick. That's a sword. Okay. Just think if somebody was a dick and they die, you can still say, yeah, they were a dick. Put that on my tombstone. No matter what you heard, was a dick. Okay. Act, my tombstone's gonna have like a little push button talk thingy like in kids' toys. But no, I was absolutely horrible to everybody I knew. Anybody who tells you otherwise is lying to you. I need one more block of something. You know, that'll work. I do want to cover up all of this sand. Not sand. I want to get all this sand and cover up all this lava so I don't fall in it. I'm going to get my own. I know people. I'll make my own. There's no real like regulations about size and shape and all that. Alright, so if I come out this way, I'm not gonna land in it. Ah! Landed in that though. There you go. You can see that one. Come out this way, I won't land in it. Let's go. Oh, that's just great. That is just great. Not at all how I wanted to start. Shroom light, huh? It's a new one. Speaking of mushrooms, there's a video on YouTube of Mike Tyson just taking a literal full handful, like a fistful of mushrooms, on like a radio show or a podcast and just going to town. It's just like, everybody's like, no, don't do it. This is a bad idea. And he's like, I do this all the time. What are you talking about? I'd do stuff like this and I'd go fight. I wouldn't feel a thing. So he just, you know, and he's chewing for a few minutes. The guys are like, there's a bottle of water right there. Please, you have to drink something. He's like, nope, they're not done yet. Like shrooms. Yeah. That is a terrible place. That is a terrible place for this. I'm not next to anything. Way the hell up here. I have to spend so much time just getting a good way to get up here. Hey, zombie pig guy. Follow that. I would encourage everybody who's interested in seeing that video to go look it up, because it's a thing. So I learned something about these guys that I think is new. And that is that they like gold. So if I throw this on the ground, buddy. No. No. Okay. Must not be you then. Must be another kind. Let's real quick. That music's kind of dramatic. Isn't it? Negative 56. 65. Negative 41. Okay. I got nothing against using this stuff for lights. Yeah, it looked pretty loud. I could try and adjust that if everybody thinks I should. That's glowstone right over there. I'll just try and talk when it gets loud. That way the thing will reduce it. Yes, anything we find here can come back with us. Supposedly, the pigmen like gold and will trade you things for it if you, like, throw it at them. There might be more kind of pigmen than regular pigmen anymore. I don't know. Would you like a gold, sir? No? Okay. You guys. You guys don't look like zombies. Can I interest you in a gold? Another one? Another one? Okay. No? How about you? Okay. That's new. That's not been a thing before. This is also new. If I kill him with a fire sword, I get pork chops. That's all I got, man. That's fine. There are sounds in the music that sound like walking, and I don't like that. Because, you know, falling down would be bad. It's glowstone. what that is. We could bring a bunch of supplies and build a home here in the Nether. I don't know what good that'd really do us at this moment, but not really enough going on that we would need to do that. Buddy? Uh-oh. What we need to be looking for around here is a fortress. Because a fortress is going to have I think it's called a blaze, and the blaze drops blaze rods, and we need blaze rods for something. But there isn't one anywhere near here. Which is a bummer. Stuff that looks like Navi is nether quartz. I don't know its use. Oh, you know what? It's break time. We should take a break. We're not going to take a break here, though. We may go a little long before we take a break. Because I don't want to stop here. Because this game doesn't pause when you pause. Like, everything's still happening when I have that open. Oh, there was a blaze. Saw him. That right there. Spinny thing. That's a blaze. That noise is a wraith. And that's a noise I don't like. And I don't have a bow. So we're just gonna turn right back around and get out of here before the wraith spots us. Wraiths are giant floating heads that make kind of creepy little noises, and they spit exploding projectiles at you. Something just died right there. Alright, we were at -56, so that's still this way. I don't like them. And -41, so we need to go this way. I do not care for wraiths because it's very easy for them to wreck you. this way some more. We're up there. That way. This way. Run. Yeah, this way. Pigmen are docile unless you attack them. And then once you have done that, every pigman wants to kill you. So I'm not going to be messing with the pigmen. Zombie or otherwise. We need a block there. There we go. That's a terrible spot. We will take a stack or two of cobblestone when we go back there. Try and make it a little more hospitable. You sure home is this way? Yeah, I think I saw a light. Hi, dolphins. The Nether wouldn't be so scary if, you know, the floor wasn't lava everywhere. I don't want to fall off and die. Because if you fall off, you're probably going to land in the lava, and you're not going to land anywhere near a shore of the lava lake. And if you don't land in lava, the fall is probably going to kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it's probably not going to be all that easy to get back up to where you fell from. It's not a place I like to spend a lot of time if I can help it. Check on pumpkins before we go inside. We can use this shroom light in the basement. No pumpkins. There's a couple pumpkins. Waiting for this axe to break. It can't have that many uses left. Alright, so let's put one here. Here. There. There. And we'll put there, one there. Yeah, we got three. Let's just put them here. Don't need any of these. Does make a squishy sound when we walk on it. That's all right. We can cover those with carpet, and the light will come through the carpet. Food. There. Those. surprised we got all 4 of those. Make those. Let's take 5. I think it's a good idea. Only 15 minutes late for break. Go and take a couple minutes, get up, walk around, get a beverage, refill your beverage, you know. All that normal break stuff.
Whack whack if your credit is whack whack. All whack whack if your credit is rough rough. I got short money, but